Hey, folks, and welcome to Never Split the Party Starfinder campaign, Mostly Harmful. This is season 3, episode 19, The Beginning of the End. And as it sounds, this is the beginning of the final arc of our Starfinder campaign. I expect 3 to 4 more episodes, and then that'll be it for Starfinder for the foreseeable future. We're moving on to a new primary project, which will be an audio podcast that we haven't scheduled, haven't started recording, and haven't tested. So don't expect that anytime particularly soon. And unfortunately, we were moving to an in-person recording style, which is why we wanted to go for audio. We wanted to switch it up, make it a little bit easier on us. And now we're all quarantined. So frankly, there's going to be a little bit more of a delay on that than anticipated. Hopefully, as soon as the quarantine is lifted, we can get together, record the first episode, and we'll give some more details on that. In the interim, I still plan on doing stuff on Tuesday nights on Twitch. I haven't exactly thought about what that'll be. Some more nonsense gaming. If we can get into a regular thing, we'll maybe do that. I don't know how many of the players are down for that. I know a lot of people are looking forward to having Tuesday nights back to their lives. It has been
In
6
honor,
years. Well,
serving
yes,
with
thank
you.
you.
Been a very
Yeah.
long time.
It's been 6 to
Yeah.
7 years that we've been playing tabletops every Tuesday night. Or I guess
Day
now
night.
I know it's almost
3
every
of those.
We've gone to
are
every other.
Starfinder.
Only 3 of those were Starfinder, and the other 3 we don't talk about, but they were Pathfinder, and we don't showcase those
They
anymore.
are not.
Actually, we
watchable.
do
I have
talk about
tried.
them.
We talk about them a
We
lot.
reference them just to piss Patrick off, but
Yeah.
otherwise we don't actually reference them.
In fact, my character is one of the main characters in the book I'm writing.
There are some callbacks throughout our Starfinder campaign, and canonically the universes tie in, but that's mostly just a story beat for us.
And to mess with Patrick.
Yes, pretty much. That's the primary. For tonight, I'm gonna have everyone introduce themselves. I don't know why we do this every night. I don't. Do other shows do that? Introduce
Yes.
their
Oh, yeah.
players. Yeah.
They don't say for tonight though every time because like tonight we're gonna let everybody introduce themselves and that's every night.
I just get
They
stuck
just
in
go,
every time.
"Hey, I'm so and so. I'm so and so. Okay, let's get going."
All right. Hey, folks, I'm so and so. I'm the GM for this campaign. Have been for a long time. I'll call people do a couple special episodes and regretted every one. Please go on.
I didn't regret mine. You like that one, right? I mean, Nick's
yours
is
the
good except for
Pac-Man
the
one?
extendo room.
So my favorite part about the Pac-Man one was that Patrick didn't realize it was a Pac-Man one.
Chris's was great. Actually, everybody's was pretty
Well,
good.
the thing is, Dustin hasn't seen mine.
What? You still haven't seen it?
Watch it because apparently he thinks I'm a shitty DM.
You
There's
know
so
what?
many-
You know what? I think Chris's was better than all of Dustin's.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
Stop
fair.
it.
That's because you were Skittermanders. That's just nice and cuddly.
What about my Fate Core dungeon?
Yeah, but that wasn't
that wasn't
done
recorded. There's no
What?
proof.
I
of
There
it.
was
know.
the party.
There's no history. Oh shit!
What? What was that?
Molly put a bug light on my chair, and I saw it on my monitor.
Nick, could you post to Discord?
Yes, I sure did.
Cool. Did you want to post to
Damn it,
Facebook?
Molly.
Well, you know, right before we started, I had a bug that was like on my neck, and I was like, "Woo!" I made a noise exactly like that. That's my noise. Hi, I'm
Just a bunch
Justin.
of
That's the
buggy
noise I
boys.
make, whenever I get something on me, like a bug or something. I don't know it, but I play Seeker, the Android Technomancer, who has another man inside of him. It's a different one this time.
You mean it's not me?
No, yeah, but he's no longer Seeker slash Nat Prime. Now he's Seeker slash Nater at 3.
I prefer my new moniker for Seeker.
Yeah?
Elite.
Elite?
You know, S3E19.
Oh,
K3R.
yeah. I like it.
Anyways,
Oh,
I'm
in
Chris.
Speak.
I play Miller, and I'm a shitty GM. Moving on.
Listen, it has nothing to do with you. It's just me. And I've watched each episode for about 30 minutes. Yes.
And I'm so
I don't
and
believe it.
so. I play so and so, and I do some things sometimes
That's fair.
There you go.
more than the rest of them. Most of them.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, what do you mean we're phoning it in? I don't know what you're doing.
Well, I mean, in Zero's case, that actually is true, according to any sort of recording of him.
Fair.
Pretty vague.
All right, I'm Nick. I'm playing Dren. He's a Solarian Maricoid because nobody else said their class or like
I did.
mostly their character or
Hey,
anything
I already
else.
went over this. I'm a shitty GM.
I'm Patrick. I'm playing Rai Shorin. He is the captain of the crew and the only stable one.
Not true.
Fairly
You're
true.
an evil like scientist for the last how long?
Yeah, that's the other thing. I legitimately forgot about the accent last week or last time we played. It's the only reason it wasn't there. But guess what's coming back?
No.
Yes.
No. How about that can stay gone.
Justin's
Oh,
gonna edit
okay with it
everything
gone.
Patrick says out, so it's gonna what's coming back, and then it's just nothing. It's
No,
silent.
he's just gonna get Tyler to dub over all of Rye's actions.
Nice. I'm okay with this. All right. For announcements, did you guys have anything?
Nope.
I'm a shitty
Wash your
GM.
damn hands.
Yeah. Wash your hands, stay healthy, all that fun stuff. I am going to do a giveaway for the final episode.
I'll have it.
I
take it.
have somewhere
Dibs.
in my hold on.
His giveaways have always worked out for us in the past.
Yeah, I already gave dibs. Or
In my
place
stack of
dibs.
comic books, I
Justin didn't
have
hear that.
I don't know how well you're going to be able to see these. I've got the first 4 issues of Pathfinder Spiral of Bones, which, if you can see down the bottom, has a short story of Starfinder attached. The first 4 did. I think all of them do. I just never got more than 4. I basically stopped buying comic books as this was coming out. So I will do all 4 as a little box set during the final episode. I haven't decided exactly how we're gonna do this. I think the most fair way is just do one of those giveaway things that you just type into chat or something. But we don't get a ton of activity in chat, so I wanted to open it up to everyone. I will talk with the gang and we'll figure out a way to do it. We still have a couple episodes for it to
Twitter's
thing.
probably the best.
What was
I
that?
would.
Twitter's probably the best.
I mean, our Twitter engagement isn't great either, and I wanted to give it to people who I care about, so it's mostly the viewers and the listeners. I think
That's why
it'll be-
Patrick's not getting it.
Or Discord.
I'll do something like whoever guesses the correct party member to get the final blow against the big bad gets added to a pool of people that I will roll a dice on, and they get the comics. It's going to
We
be
all
something
know
to
that it
effect.
won't be me unless it's a death blow.
Well, again,
I'm calling it. It's Rye.
Well, a
It's gonna
final
be
blow
Rye.
might be like we knock him down and he surrenders and stuff like that. That clearly wouldn't be me. But if there's an accidental explosion or something, me.
So I would like to say that if you have followed us up until this point for Starfinder, at the end of the very last episode, I used to, before we started every episode, collect a screenshot of faces that we would make for thumbnails.
You have not been doing this.
No,
used to.
I used to.
Oh, okay, used to.
So there are roughly 26 images here that I have of this, and I will be posting them to the Discord for everybody to browse at their leisure.
Which you can find at bit.ly/neverdiscord. Also, if you guys want to support the show or the group, I guess, we will still be bringing you content even after Starfinder is over. You can support us on Patreon at bit.ly/neverpatreon. Or just look up Never Split the Party podcast. You can find our audio episodes, our YouTube, and all that fun stuff. Don't just look up Never Split the Party because there's a video game on Steam and some other shit. And yeah. But
also, don't search for the after party either.
Yeah, that's also now a video game on Switch, I think. Yeah, I can't win.
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez.
Can't win. It is what it is. All right, I think we've wasted 11 minutes just fine.
Nice.
All
Mission
right.
accomplished. I can waste some more if you want.
Yeah, I actually.
Everything we do is a waste of time, let's be honest.
That's fair. Everything we do on this planet is, for the most part, a waste of time. We're just trying to eke out our days until we die.
Now in quarantine.
Yeah. Now we got our days.
We passed through the ennui chamber.
Yeah, we don't have that color from outer space anymore.
All right, moving. Well, that's not Dark Shadow. That's fully what I believe and expect, but it just means enjoy your life. Everything you're living ends in death, right? So enjoy it while you got it. Take the time now. Who cares if you're not remembered? That's not a thing, man. Everyone dies. Just enjoy what you got. That's all you need.
Here, here.
I guess that's dark for some people, but for me, it brings me hope, especially when I'm panicking after imbibing
Should we all
something.
applaud Dustin's, attempt at a pep talk?
Yeah, this is my pep. This is my pep. Just wait till I get to my kids. Don't worry.
You know the one thing that brings me hope?
But
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I am thinking of doing like a new Twitter handle of like rules of D&D, but making them a little like bleak but accurate. I don't know. We'll deal with it. Moving on. Last time on Starfinder, we finally solved the Nat line of android situation, or at least as far as the beginning, Alpha, and the end, Omega, were concerned. I don't think you called yourself Omega, though. It was Prime, right?
Yeah.
So Seeker was a persona created by the assassin android, the original Nat 1.0 or Nat Prime. He created this persona to hide himself, his true self, from the Cosmos Assassins Guild that would have hunted him down had he not renewed, i.e., been a new soul in an old body. This process fragmented his mind and caused Nat 1.0 to really kind of only be ghost riding the whip, as it were. And then we found out that Nat 2.0 went a little bit further. He fully extracted his soul, renewed his body, which gave us the young Zero, and then had set some secret protocols in place to be revived and ideally take over the body again once the heat died down. Instead, Seeker, Nat Prime, took the Omega Nat 2.0 into themselves and then renewed. In this process, the current bodiless Nat 3 took over the body. This was the soul that entered the android vessel during renewal. It has decided to keep on the Seeker persona. It did not remove any of the data or anything like that. So Seeker still exists. Now, Nat 3 is kind of ghostwriting the whip, as it were. Nat 2.0 has been eliminated, and Zero is free to make his own life going forward without any shadows hanging over him. Did I miss anything?
Well, I did, because
The place blew up.
I had the perfect opportunity to make some sort of like Alpha and Omega like one-liner, and I just didn't.
Yeah, it's all right.
I thought about it before, and then I just forgot to do it.
It happens.
Oh well.
Thank you, Shadow, for the host.
Who never split the party fashion. We prepare and then do nothing.
Yeah, that's about
Yes.
he did prep it on the side and was like, yeah, I'm cool with this. I love this. Just make sure you don't make it suck. And it made it suck. No, it's fine. It was actually pretty good. If you haven't seen that episode, it's the last episode. Spoilers, sorry. Watch it. That's episode 18, Natural Selection. Suckers. All right. Moving on, if you guys had nothing to add, from your escapades, you were leaving behind the planet as the little installation self-detonated, destroying a giant prototype mecha with it. And you guys make your way back to the Diaspora, the collection of asteroids throughout the Pact Worlds, and you are currently based there with your slowly growing pirate resistance armada. Did you guys want to do anything on ship prior to arriving back? Any loose ends to clean up?
Not for me.
Fantastic. As you guys get within hailing distance of the mothership, the large pirate warship, which is currently flying alongside. What was the name of that ship you guys got in trouble for losing? Was it the Infinitum?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, the
The
Infinitum.
Infinitum.
The giant BSU warship, the Infinitum,
That is
renamed
now piloted by.
or owned by, not so much piloted by,
Yeah.
owned by Sobernaut, formerly Not Sob, formerly Sob. Bastards. Christ. And also joined by the fixed, redone, slightly updated, still kind of haphazard looking, Burning Eclipse, which was previously Dren's ship. You are hailed by the mothership, and the captain, the hairless gnome Chris, flags you over your vid screen and says, "Well, met, folks. Seems like you all made out."
I mean, with who?
Hmm. Graphic and horrifying. I expected nothing less. We have a bit of a priority situation. If you could dock with the mothership, we have a gathering already waiting for you. Some things have changed since you were last here.
All right, Doc with Mom. Let's go.
Okay.
We're child.
I don't
we're
like
children.
that, but I'm gonna close this vid channel. All right. You guys dock with the mothership. There's a number of different bays for you to do so. I'm assuming you choose the rearmost.
No, the frontmost. The frontmost dock. You don't dock in the rear. You dock in the front.
My bad. You get swooped up like a baby bird, and God damn it. I'll get back on this. You are brought into a meeting room. You've been here before. It's one of their holodeck rooms. I think I'm stealing it from Star Trek. Whatever. Do the version we said that wasn't going to get me sued. And inside this meeting room, there's a number of representatives. You've got folks that you recognize as leading your ground forces. There is the pirate crew, which includes Laris, Dustinian, and a couple of their kind of chief crew members. You've got your whole gang with you. You brought the B crew, so we've got Sobernaut, Justinian, and then the two young wards, Ferences and Terry, the dwarf. And in addition to that, you've got some old faces that you haven't seen in quite some time. You've got Kamira Stoyer, who has been your Lashuntan ally and maybe lover in the case of Rye. I don't know. Her manservant Justinian, the pale humanoid, and I think who else is going to be in this room?
Sally.
Sorry, shoot.
Sally.
Yes, sorry, Captain Sally of the Ouroboros gang of pirates that have merged with yours is present. She is of elven descent and wears overlarge spectacles that give her bug eyes. And I think that's enough to get
But
going.
Sal.
I'm sorry, what?
Sal.
Sal did not choose to join this wartime meeting. Sal is a businessman and does not want to get entangled in this. Sal, the Yosoki, who is friends with Miller, he has been bankrolling or supporting and funding the resistance, but in terms of combat crew, he has not joined this meeting.
Is Archie here? He was great.
Archie's not here. Neither is Pat, the dock controller, because we know where he ends up.
Vermilion Blur.
Unfortunately.
If you have
he has
not
a
seen
rough life.
that, go watch it or listen to it. Whatever.
Yeah, the Vermilion Blur is notably absent. And Mr. has been brought. Thank you, Shadow. We need the viewers to help us with our ish. Mr., also known as Jason Boremi, the drow who mostly just makes drugs. And he previously worked for the Gerson Sphere, the Border Space Union, and then has been kind of your captive, sometimes informant, and yeah, kind of a mess. I think that pretty much wraps that up. There is one other person who is standing prominently in the room, but is unfamiliar to you, and it is a large male Vesk, which is a lizard-like species with a kind of snubby snout
and like 6 penises.
The girls every time. I was gonna say it, and I was like, I'm just not going to. I don't need to. I knew it. And
hey, fun fact: I have a list of everybody that you just said.
Nice.
I appreciate you keeping track.
I appreciate it because I'm not gonna.
Is there anybody you missed on that list?
Yes, actually.
Shadow, remember when this was family friendly?
So never?
Yeah, I mean, we tried season
Still are.
1. It was our
we didn't try.
I think
5
you
minutes
just
said
into
it was.
episode 1.
You would tell
It's
us
like
that it was
in-
family friendly, then describe in visceral details the tearing apart of someone, and then
listen. Every
we'd
Disney
swear
movie,
and you'd
parents are
say,
getting
"Hey,
killed
this is
left and
family
right.
friendly." And
Hey,
then
as
you would
long as
swear.
there's no nudity involved, it's all kosher.
Yeah.
It's like in The Office when Michael says, "I declare bankruptcy," and Oscar's like, "Just saying it doesn't do anything."
Hey, folks, remember we're family friendly. Moving on. Lahris steps up to the table and says, I'm not always the best at speaking in crowds when I'm not yelling. I'm going to let my second in command take over.
He really is my opposite.
Dustinian, the space pirate with luscious long blonde hair, a space jumper that's open and revealing curly brown chest hair.
He really is the opposite of Dustin.
Yeah. I got like you can. Oh, I guess I got some. All right, fine. More than I thought. I kind of surprised myself there.
Got
Hey,
more than me.
community. Hey, come on, family friendly.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The
Paizo's never gonna back us now.
Dustinian approaches the table and says, "All right, I know most people in this room have seen this already, but the crew of the Spirit of Shirket has not. So, without further ado, I'm just going to play this video, and then we've got some plans to make. We'll leave that to you." He hits a button on the table, and it plays out like a holographic view, a video that you are informed was broadcast to the entire Pact world and any system that is supported by the Border Space Union. It is a video of Derlith Gerson standing at a podium, like a nice metal sci-fi podium. I don't give a shit. And behind him is the BSU flag, which I could not begin to tell you what it looked like. We have one. I totally have one. It was a wallpaper I made for a while back too. They're notably not the star that we use. That's actually a corporation that isn't even a big thing really in our game. It's fine. And next to him is the Eoxian, the corpse-like figure of Zolan Gurgaretz, whom you all know. You last met him on the casino on the turn. He is addressing the camera. They're kind of an enclosed space. You can't really tell if he's in a large area or if it's kind of all green screen behind him or not. It is just a little dark. It's a focus on him, and he is a tall, gaunt, pale Kasathan, which are the like white-skinned creatures with like long cone heads and 4 arms, which he kind of gestures with all of them as he talks, real dictator style. And he says, I am addressing you today, you members of the Gerson Sphere and Border Space Union, to lay the grounds for future endeavors. Recently, you have heard of the death of one of the prime founders of the Triumvirate, our Vescarium contact of Oda Shen.
We did that, guys. We did that.
In the intervening time, I don't remember, the intervening time, the Vescarium seems to have been gathering forces. I don't want to alarm anyone, but the pact may finally be broken. To this effect, I am calling all forces to Absalom Station that are not currently engaged.
Oh, we'll be there.
We will be
I'm not married.
putting together a show of force, and I have one more goal for this gathering. I am speaking now to the ones known as the Pact Breakers.
Never
Believe
went
that's
by
me.
that.
That's
Never
us,
went by
right?
that.
That's us, right?
I
Wait,
am
this is-
calling you out.
Where?
Off screen, there is some shuffling. You hear it, and then a figure is thrust into the screen next to Derlith Gerson. God, that's an awful name. I should have got catchier. Next to Derlith, opposite Zolan, and it is the masked Vermilion Blur. Clearly another Kasathan due to the 4 arms and the mask having to go backwards a bit. He is currently bound, arms in magnetic binders in front of him, and there is clearly the nozzle of a gun. Nozzle? Thanks. The
Nozaram.
nozzle of a gun pointing just off the tip of the screen, kind of like when boom mics kind of lead in. There's like just a tip of a gun aiming at him just off screen.
Barrel?
And I'm sorry, what?
The barrel of the gun?
Barrel. That's the one I want. Thanks. I couldn't think of that word. Thanks, Patrick. You've contributed tonight. You can mute yourself.
There was a finger on the
On the flippy
switch,
thing?
The
the
go
switch
button.
of the gun,
The go button.
The flippy bang bang.
the flippy bang bang.
On the pedal of the gun goes.
Oh, he pulled out a Rudy Tooty point and shooty.
The finger pedal?
Listen, guys.
The finger pedal.
I had a speech written up, and I opened up the Word doc, and it was empty. So I'm just winging this.
Justin, aren't you a writer? Like, this has happened a lot.
I wrote it out.
This has happened a lot. This isn't the first, second, or third time this has happened to you.
I know.
It's in your trash can.
I like how I've said like
You
one
should just
sentence
start
in character this
plagiarizing,
whole time.
Dustin. This ain't your forte.
Moving on. He motions to the Vermilion Blur, and he reaches back with one of his arms and rips his masks off, revealing the figure you know to be the Vermilion Blur. Previously, one of the members of the royal family of the Border Space Union. When they were put into exile, he took on the persona of the Vermilion Blur and has been going as such ever since. His name is Tamnel Har. Look at this. I'm remembering this stuff without notes. I've got no notes open right now.
We can tell.
I got this. Tamnel Har has some lacerations on his face and cranial area. There's blood
What
dripping.
about contusions?
And some contusions discoloring his pale skin. And the Derleth cracks his neck, cracks a couple of fingers, and says, I've caught one of your confidants, one of your allies, and the person I believe to be leading a bulk of your forces. I am challenging you to open combat. Bring your forces to bear against me here at Absalom Station within a week's time. If you do not, I will be murdering this traitor on camera for all to see.
He
And
did
will
just
be
say murder, right? Not
one
execute.
more life laid at your feet.
More like
Pact
murderous.
is more strained than it has ever been, and I hope this act of crushing your rebellion will be one step towards mending it. I'll see you at Absalom Station. And he ends the video. Dustinian kind of looks around at the room and says, we weren't sure exactly when you were going to be back, so we gathered your friends and our friends and maybe one more person we think you should talk to.
I point at Dren. This one doesn't have any friends.
Oh, wait, that's not true. He's got a whole ship of them.
Yes.
Right next door.
A
Those
lot of
aren't
the
friends,
crew's
those
just
are
like
his
right there
products.
to Rise left.
Yeah.
Look over. They're not friends.
And there's also
the ones that mutinied.
That's what I mean.
technically it was only the one dude who mutinied, and I think you guys are good now, right?
Oh, the rest were just there.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to go with the flow. This is a pirate life, man.
Right. Pirates code.
Pirates.
Dren gets it. Like if Dren cared, they'd be executed. He don't, I assume.
Nah, he don't.
Okay. Before we moved on to the strategy portion of this, we just wanted to hear your thoughts on.
When did they actually receive this message?
We received this 2 days ago. We don't have a ton of time, but again, we've been arraying the forces, and we've got a plan that we think may help. Again, we'll run it by you first, and also we can get there with drift travel within the week we were given at
In
this time.
1d4 days.
Out of character question. When we decided not to kill the space lich, whose name I can't remember.
Do you mean Zolan or do you mean the other dude?
The more powerful one.
Zolan, Gurgretz, the dude that was just on cam.
Not Saltazar.
Saltazar's the other one.
Wait, which is the one that
Saltazar is the one that we have.
be so much easier if they were named like Jim, Bob, Robert.
Saltazar is the game show guy.
He was of pear, salt,
Zolan.
and pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got that one. No, the one who was
The
in
big
charge
bad
of the
undead guy,
entire-
Zolan.
the big one, yeah.
Mhm.
He was just on cam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I misheard.
Yeah, he was the only other member alongside Derlith, other than when Tamnel Har was brought on screen.
Right, but we've not yet cashed in on that offer for him to inconveniently not show up, right?
Correct.
No.
Nice.
All right. Please, responses.
Well, we were going there anyway, weren't we?
Yeah. I mean,
So yeah,
have
we're
to-
gonna be there.
I have a
I
long
don't know why you need to
score
call us
settle
out.
with him.
We're not sure we were going so quickly, and I mean, you clearly
That's the way we do.
it's a trap.
Of course it is.
Everything has been a trap. I should know. I worked in one for a few months.
We don't care for the new accent. Frankly, we've been a little miffed since he didn't call me when he went off the grid, but this accent, can't take it.
Me either. It's terrible. He's been such a good actor
Actually,
up until now.
however bad, however like awful my accent is in game, it's a great accent.
We're
So you
pulling
can't
this
say
card
it's a
again.
bad accent.
Pulling this card again.
It's a great accent.
We can say we do not like it
Actually, do
due
a
to your
performance,
normal
But you'd be
voice.
lying.
No.
All I'm saying is, it doesn't wrestle me jimmies.
Loses
So
a
what
few
you're saying-
charisma points.
So what you're saying is I should keep it.
Oh,
We've already got the mask. I think I've got all I need.
Ugh. Who gave him the mask?
You don't know
Who
about
let
the
him
mask.
keep the mask?
Well, I
Don't
think
know
he
about
knows
it.
about the
Hey,
mask.
you don't know about the mask.
No, I know about the mask. I saw
No,
it.
no, you
Rye
you
doesn't.
don't.
Rex
Yeah,
did.
Ryan knows about the mask because he went, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, he was there when the passing happened. It was.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm saying this in character. No, you don't know about the mask.
Oh.
What?
Ugh. Yeah, you don't want to know.
I don't like anything anymore.
Yeah.
Well, according to Shadow, it's Patrick's fake Russian accent, so I'm going with Patrick's fake Russian accent.
I
It's
don't
a
have a
garbage
Russian
German
accent.
accent.
Oh. All right. Do you guys have a response, or do you want me to just keep rolling with the story bits?
Roll with the story.
Okay. All right. First, I want to give you an introduction, and then we'll talk about what we've kind of had at the table shop. We'd like to present you with Verilyn Shen. He was Oda Shen's baby daddy and father of that one Vesk he had shot that one time, apparently.
Wait, that name sounds familiar.
He's
Jen,
come
where
with.
have I heard that one?
Again, I just told you, you murdered his lady friend.
Did I? Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we did.
We
We
were
did,
rescuing
didn't we?
Rye. I mean,
It was when his friend died. Yeah. Oh.
The Vesk bristles. Our friend here, we'll call him Mr. Shen for the time being. He has come as a representative of the Viscarium. He's gotten wind that apparently the Gerson sphere has been making moves even before this video went on. Honestly, this is why we were able to get our crew together so quickly. They were already on the way. I'll let the Vesk speak for himself, but we'd recommend you hear him out. And I won't say he bears no ill will, but we've got him on a parlay, if you would.
so wait, the guy whose wife we just murdered wants to
and-
talk to us and help us out,
Verily.
And whose son we
That's his
killed.
name.
and whose
Right.
son I might have killed.
The very same, yeah.
Well, you met them; they were insufferable.
All right. This is great. Let's bring it on, folks.
Listen, in the pirate world, your best friends are your enemies' enemies.
Shen steps forward. He is a broad-shouldered Vesk wearing heavy armor and scowling more than you've seen most Vesk do, which is hard to say because he's got a real lizard face. He puts his clawed hands on the table and he directs his words specifically to the Spirit of Shirkat crew. And he says, I understand you are the leaders or faces, apparently, of this organization. As such, I'm coming to you as a diplomat, not a member of my family. Oda was the representative of the Vescarium and a member of the Triumvirate, and was making headway with the Vescarium's goals in the Pact worlds. Through circumstances out of our control, this was halted, and Gerson's response has been untenable. It is clear now that he has been gathering these resources to specifically have an army to put against the Vescarium as soon as it was convenient. It seems you've moved up his timetable, but we don't really want to deal with that. We'd rather your Pact World shenaniganery stay at the Pact Worlds, this core set of planets you all cling to so steadfastly. In this regard, we are going to have an exploratory fleet of the Vescarium's forces appear at the periphery of the Pact Worlds. This will be a show of force, and specifically to help draw the forces of the Border Space Union away from Absalom Station. It is our intent to reduce their forces as much as possible, so that you may spring his very obvious trap, and hopefully stop him before he enters the Vescarium. I'll be honest, and I do not care to admit this, and I shan't go on record anywhere else but this hovel you call a mothership. I don't believe the Vescarium could win against his new machines. Our fleet comes from our armada and our soldiers, neither of which are equipped to handle these mechanized weapons.
Is it safe to say I should roll a?
Sense motive.
Yeah, thank you. My brain
Totally
shut
up to you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna.
I mean, why is he here if he's not willing to cooperate?
I'm definitely not stalling for roll 20 to load. Also,
what if it wasn't a trap though? How funny would that be?
Second
Do you
question.
mean like he's just inviting you in?
Yeah, like what if it actually wasn't a trap? Huh?
I mean,
everybody says it's a trap, but maybe it's not.
In the broadest spectrum of the word, I imagine maybe it isn't. He's actually telling you what he's doing.
Second question. Am I still rolling with my damaged charisma?
No. No, you will have fixed that on the ship ride back. You have
Thank
multiple
God, I don't wanna
days
deal with
and
multiple.
the ship's set up, and I almost just threw up.
Nice.
That's weird.
That's because you're gross. All right. What is sense motive? 14 plus d6 plus 1.
Would have been really funny if you did. Just saying.
What did I say? 14? This is the longest check I've ever made.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
it's
gonna have
not.
to cut
Oh, it
all
isn't?
of it.
I mean, have you gone to CVS?
So
I mean, that's a
26
receipt, not a check.
plus
Oh, it's got numbers on it.
1d6 plus 1.
What's the total, Patrick?
1d6
Bunch of
plus
numbers.
1.
Fucking God. Justin's going
It's
to edit this.
29.
29? Yeah, he's lying.
He's lying?
Yeah, you can tell he's definitely not telling you the whole truth.
Well, can I follow up with what my third question and what my question was going to be?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Shen,
Yes.
you say you come to us as a diplomat. Now I'm gonna be straight up honest with you because I am an honest person. We killed your wife. I killed your son. And now you're coming to us to take down the Gerson sphere.
He'd sighs. When I was contacting the resistance movement that we've heard about, even in the Vescarium, I could not have dreamed that you were more than anything but flunkies. I did not realize they let you make decisions. I'm not here for you. In fact, I would rather be anywhere but.
Now that part I believe, dropping my German accent out of nowhere. That part I believe. However, you're being less than truthful everywhere else.
Guys, it's gone. It's gone.
You have proof of this outlandish
Excuse me,
claim?
I
Hmm?
have problem with accent.
Damn it.
Yes, I would like your proof of this outlandish claim, of this generous offer on behalf of the Vescarium, which frankly doesn't owe you anything.
That's
while-
why it's bringing up red flags.
I'm going while this as soon as he comes out. God, I gotta remember how to do it. Like just as I think it's
Read thoughts.
fair that yes that.
Hey Nick, could you just play all of our roles?
For me. Yeah.
Yes.
Like
I
we
got
I
you.
mean,
tonight.
he's right. That's exactly what I was going to say.
That's the final episode.
Wow,
It's
I
just
couldn't.
Nick.
I could not have told you what Patrick was circling and floundering for. Would
Yeah,
never
me
got it.
either.
It was like he was trying to talk about the muzzle of a gun or the finger pedal.
Yeah, I'm having.
Patrick
I'm
was like,
having,
it's safe to say I haven't used it in a long time. I'm
Donald
just,
Grenades,
Trump.
grenades,
doing
grenades.
Where is he?
yeah, I just take out a grenade. Here's the test. Can you
Does this
survive?
work? Am I pointing at Patrick? No, watch
It's that
Twitch.
way.
yes.
It's that way.
Oh, the other way.
Nope.
Sorry, Patrick.
I'm looking
Vote
up
for
detect
me.
thoughts because I don't want to deal with looking for it in the book. It was
This game has extending nicks. I don't like it.
Extended.
Don't listen to that part too fast.
I think it was like 15 or 16 was the DC. If he wants to roll.
Oh, I need a will save.
Even at level 10, it's 15.
Well, it's a level 1.
I can
something.
get you the DC. You're a Lashunta, right?
Yeah.
It also could have been any of
spell
his.
it's a spell like ability. But
Yeah,
is a
it's
spell.
detect thoughts. The caster level for these effects is equal to the Lashunta's level. So
10.
it's a lot higher than
Oh.
16.
Well, my level is 10.
All right, so
Plus-
there'd be a 21.
No charisma bonus or anything like that?
No, because it's spell-like.
So is 21 my to beat?
Yes.
All right, I'm trying to find. I have a community use package. Nice, I found it. All right, cool. All right, so my this would be will. Yes.
Yeah, and it has to go on for 3 rounds.
I've got 16 plus 6, so I think I best it.
That's 22 total. Yeah, I say you got it.
Yeah, you get it. All right, so that doesn't do anything. That was a waste of my time and yours.
So basically, you're just talking around, and he's like, "Please shut your mouth."
Okay, so I look at him and I say, dropping all pretext of accent and everything. Do you take us for fools?
Yes.
Some honesty. I get
Assholes,
it. These guys
too.
completely
Some
understand.
truth, actually.
Yeah.
It's mostly true. It's mostly true. But as my many-headed friend here has pointed out, there are elements in this group that have decimated your family.
To be fair, Odish killed Miller too.
Oh yeah, no, they totally started it in the 5th grade.
He killed my son.
Well, he was a little shit.
They shot first.
It's true.
It's true.
Don't doubt that.
And then your wife carried on this vendetta against my friend, which I can understand a little bit, but
Yeah, I can definitely understand. Died once. It wasn't fun.
yeah. And then all of this has been going on for years, right? In the game.
Yes.
Are we okay? And then all of these years where your family has been involved in all of this, and then you're gonna come out and just on a whim just change like that without being captured yourself, or
Allow me to educate you on the ways of the Vesk.
also I'm just really talented at picking up this stuff, and I know you lying.
Unlike your weaker, inferior species, the Vescarium and the Vesk as a whole believe in honor and putting others before ourselves.
And your 6 penises.
I charge.
If-
I out of like very much out of my normal character. I charge across the room, grab him by the lapels of whatever coat he's wearing, and I slam him against a wall, and I start shouting out, "I am done. I am sick of these games. I have seen friends die because of decisions that your family has made. I have watched these people,
Do me a
almost
favor and
my friends."
make a strength check to see what actually happens, because you're about to get your arm ripped off.
Okay, so I don't have to push him against the thing, but I can.
You can definitely get right up in his face. That's fine.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
won't
yeah.
even react.
No, that's fine. And I just start screaming, "You have taken advantage of people across the sphere, whatever we call it.
Universe?
Packed
Galaxy.
worlds.
Yes. You have never once shown any amount of loyalty to any idea except for your own. So yes, I have a small problem thinking that you're coming in here and you've changed your ways, or you're thinking about the bigger picture, or you're gonna let us have our way with these core planets that you suddenly don't care about in the grand scheme. And also, I can smell a rat. I've lived with them."
Hello.
Yeehaw!
And I roll. I'll roll an intimidate
Thank you.
check, or whatever check you want me to.
No, it's intimidate.
So before I see you undone, tell me why you're really here. And it's a
What is Dr.
D20
Evil
plus
hiding?
18 plus D6 plus 1.
So,
Dustin's like, I don't like this anymore.
hey, I'll give him a will save against it, I guess, because that's basically
No,
what he's gonna
it's
try and do.
sense motive.
Well, it's not.
Intimidates counter sense motive, or something like that. I
It's
forget.
not. Don't worry about it. Just
It's
make your
not will.
fucking roll, Patrick.
Okay.
Jesus shit.
So it's 9. So I'll just do the math.
Yep.
19 plus 1d6. So 36.
Literally the
plus
only player who still
1d6.
3 years later audibly counts out all his rolls after
40.
we've asked for everyone to
I got a 40 on my
fucking do that.
intimidate.
Yeah,
Good
cool.
job.
Scary as hell.
Literally couldn't beat it no matter what I did. So again, you didn't need to go on any tangent there
But I
whatsoever.
But we're
But I
going on a
very
tangent
well
right now,
aware.
so let's move it
thought
along. We
you
got a
wanted
40
to
on the
be-
roll.
Good job, Patrick.
Thank you.
Shen looks down at you, very specifically down, and says, "Fine, let me enlighten you as to the truth. We're going to draw out his forces. You're going to smash into them, and I assume crumble like so much dust. Your corpses will litter the air throughout the broken, weakened Absalom station you call the center of your pathetic packed worlds. And then, whomever resides in that hollowed out shell, my expeditionary fleet is going to say hi. We're going to visit, and we're going to move in. So have your little war. I'm doing everything I've told you, and guess what? I'm going to do it anyways. And it's going to work. And then it's going to be up to you to figure out how you die."
And what if Gerson knows and
Yeah, what,
plays back a recording?
Oh.
Thank you. I was gonna bluff and say, "You've been recording this, right?"
Then your friend, the Vermilion
Zero
Blur,
records everything.
your friend, the Vermilion Blur, dies, and I've lost nothing but a couple of warships.
Wait a second. Oh, so wait, he's not a hologram, is he? He's like an actual person, right?
Yes.
That would have been embarrassing if I just
yeah.
intimidated a hologram.
So-
Listen to me.
Did he bring any forces? Like,
Let
did
me,
he have entourage?
He has an entourage, but they're not on ship. He was only allowed to enter the ship.
Yeah. So let me tell you about our little rebellion here. We know that our chances to overthrow the Gersa sphere are slim to nil. We
Oi.
all are part of this, knowing that we may lose our lives. I lost my life once. Rye sort of dead. Kinda. Yeah.
Beaker kind of did.
I did kind of.
Nikolai did.
Does Mr. Gerson know that you're out here right now talking to us?
Possibly. I don't know how far his spies go.
Well, I mean, we can trade hostage for a hostage. Am I right, guys?
You misunderstood why they chose me. My family has been shamed in the eyes of the Vescarium. Not only am I expendable, I will likely be executed if I return to the Vescarium proper.
God, man, it just doesn't shut up. All right, fine. Should we just space them? Space them?
I mean, he needs to get back to his ship somehow.
Yeah, but just space them. All right, then you're useless to us.
The the game show. Sure, I'd love to have.
So just
he'd do pretty well there.
To make sure I understand what he said, it was they'll show up and support, and then he's gonna pick.
They're not showing up to support anybody. They're just gonna wait for us to fight it out, and then they're gonna show up and kill whoever's left.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he said. Okay. Oh, then we just don't want him to show up. Period.
So what was actually supposed to be in it for us? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Reduced forces outside Absalom Station.
Yeah, but you said you weren't doing that. So what's in it for us now?
No, he is doing that.
Oh, yeah, but what's in it for us now?
Is going to wait at the border of the Pact Worlds to draw out Gerson's forces.
No, Seeker's being an idiot.
Oh, all right.
I'm sitting here in the background like, oh, good, I'm not the only one confused.
Because Patrick is just being an idiot, so I'm having a hard time. Listen, let me paint this in a picture maybe your feeble, fleshy, non-scaled minds can kind of translate. If, frankly, I don't need you to agree. I was mostly just telling you how it was going to be. Whether you want to take advantage of it or not is the only thing I came to tell you. If you take advantage of it, you get to have your petty squabble, maybe eliminate your hated enemy who's been hounding you and tarnishing your name and besmirching your honor for years, blamed you for mass murders on a scale unimagined.
Yes, we know our rap.
Yes, I'm giving you the chance to do just that.
Yes.
What do you care about these packed worlds? What happens after? The Vescarium is the pinnacle of civilization.
Oh. Oh. I got you now. So yeah, it doesn't even matter. So yeah, space them.
You will be drawing ire, but not much, as I've said.
We would have anyway. From what I understand
You
here,
just told us you're
either
gonna try to
way,
kill us after
we're
anyway.
screwed.
You're laying all your cards on the table, and you frankly never want to do that.
Am I? Who says you have to be in any way damaged in this altercation? You don't represent the Pact Worlds. Maybe you do not realize this yet. You are a small resistance. We could easily allow a small resistance to dissipate after having this attack. Either way, if we get Absalom Station, we win. Why fight us?
Does any of the NPCs speak up during this?
They all look pissed, but they're definitely letting you guys roll with it. If you look around,
who?
Both. It goes back and forth. Every time you open your mouths, it's like, well, they keep mentioning
one guy in the background.
Like, that's real messed up.
I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, Sabernot's having a great time.
Why do you still battle for the Vescarium if you're shamed and will be executed upon your return?
To reclaim his honor, blah blah blah.
Well, because
thank you. Listen to the robot.
He's an android. You take that back.
Yeah, that's racist.
Racist.
Oh, somebody's finally learned.
You know, everybody says that stuff.
Quiet down,
Actually,
Mousy.
the robot.
Understand it.
The android is correct.
Oh,
As
which
I tried
android though?
saying-
Which one, huh? I
Not
know we
you.
look just.
I was trying to say before I was interrupted by you the first time that I'm only here as a matter of honor, which we put above all else, above family, above self.
But you've been shamed. How do you still have honor?
Honor is not something that can be taken away from you.
Oh.
I beg to differ. You
Inside.
spent 1 week in a ship with these guys.
Hello.
Yo,
You should see what this one does to our breakfast.
you're not talking to me. I make a great breakfast.
No, not you. You're fine.
Thank you.
Are there terms you would like to bring to the table that you think would be more amenable?
Yeah, leave. Just leave.
How about don't attack
Find-
Absalom Station once we're done with it?
Yeah,
That would be great.
Find another star system to have you and your lizard butt
Yeah.
buddies or something.
Why
Just
do
get
you
out of
want
here.
this one?
Why do you want this one? This is my home.
Yeah, why
it's
do you
not
want
your
this one?
home.
It can
Go
still
find
be
another home.
your
Go find
home.
one of your hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other planets out there that you've conquered and go home.
You know what? You know what? Nate told me that Vesks only start with 2 penises. but there was some biological stuff that he was telling me all about some sort of genome or whatever that they
Snakes have 2
engineered
penises.
in order to
hemipenes.
get like 10 more penises.
Is it true snakes have hemipenes?
You're fucking broke.
I'm not going to dignify this with an answer.
Oh, he totally has 2 dongers, guys.
Would you like
Chris
any
is dying.
arrangements made
Chris is dead.
on the behalf of your people?
Out of character, straight up, I don't know how to respond to this.
Yeah,
guys.
like what are we
Yeah, you
supposed
guys,
to do?
we'll let you survive.
I'm
but
in
then-
character.
Oh.
Fine. I'm going to leave. You can either push me out the airlock, as you have voiced multiple times,
Oh, I would love to.
or
But,
you can
it
let
would
me
be
go,
against my honor.
and I will at least say that you acted with honor and that you did not harm an ambassador.
Sure. Not not physically, right? Am I right, guys?
What?
Uh,
What alternatives are there?
Do you want money? Do you want?
No.
we just
Do
want
you want to
leave.
For the
run
safety
the
and-
planet under
For the
the
safety
under
and
the-
security of the Pact Worlds, what alternatives are there? Why are you so attached to this as a means of? There are other honorable places that you can go.
You
Look,
have no
dude.
idea what you speak of. We are
Look, dude.
in the center of many galaxies. The Starstone in Absalom Station means that this is, travel-wise, literally the center. There is no other strategic source than the Pact World. The fact that your uneducated sods don't know this is not my problem. Also, you're talking to an ambassador. I don't run this goddamn Vescarium. I am just here to deliver a message. You had a message you would like sent back. I'm happy to take it. You're talking to the wrong person.
Sure.
Yes,
well,
please
we-
go away and don't come back. That's
Yeah.
that's
I
the
will
message.
bring your message to my leadership.
Yeah,
Yes.
we saw how
they
your
gonna kill you when you
leadership
bring the
led
message
for a
to your
while,
leadership?
and
Probably.
we saw how your leadership led for a while, and it led to somebody getting hurt, killed.
Eating poison.
Listen, my wife was a rotten bitch.
Hey, yeah, we finally agree on something. We're finally getting somewhere.
She was a part of this backroom deal with Gerson that was not approved by the Vescarium to begin with. She got it approved after the fact because it got us our first colony in the system. She did well, but only got the acknowledgement after the fact. That's not how the Vescarium works. All or nothing. Always how it has been.
All right, then nothing. Get out of our star system.
Oh, one question though. Did you say that you were not? Were you lying when you said that you're not able to defeat the mechanized units?
Rai would, with his sense motive, know that he was being honest when he admitted that.
Oh yeah, they suck at that.
Oh, well then that's no problem because we'll have plenty of them.
So,
Okay.
no matter what, even if we were to hypothetically
Mm,
beat them
yes.
and then kick you in one of your 2 dicks, hypothetically, like metaphorically speaking,
Of course.
Well, they
and you
let
were
the
to
glider
agree
up
to
and
a
down.
to a ceasefire like another pact, it would still only be temporary. You would eventually come back later on to stab us in the back and attempt to take over.
I don't know who's being stabbed in the back. Again, if you win, the leadership has not in any way been changed. You will not run this system. And if the Gerson sphere is still in charge, then we're attacking an out-avowed enemy. He has made that clear in his sending as of yesterday.
Um,
Yes, Ratface, what can I do for you?
why not? If
Why
we
not?
kill
What?
Gerson, why wouldn't we run the system?
You don't have the forces, and you won't have the time.
Well, if we beat them, then we have the forces. Time's relative. I read that in a book once.
If we killed, say, this Lashunta here, would all of a sudden you all serve me? Shut the fuck up.
That one would.
True,
But-
that's fair. I can't speak to the veracity of your units.
But you don't want him. He gets slime
The what? For what?
everywhere.
He's
So
googling.
why
Do you
don't
have
we-
anything else before I leave?
Yeah, once we take over, what would stop us from just, taking over their armaments and all of their advanced weaponry and just
Yeah, because that's
wiping
how
out your
basically how
planet? 'Cause
Gerson did
frankly,
it.
I'm sick of your shit.
Yeah, that's how Gerson did it.
Enjoy your confidence, and if it works out for you, then I suppose you have nothing to worry about, of course.
All right.
Wonderful. I'm glad we've had this conversation.
Oh, I'm not.
Just know
This
the moment I am
conversation.
no
Ah.
longer in this ambassadorial role, and should we ever cross paths again, I will do everything in my power to rip out your spinal cords and crunch the marrow.
Oh,
your
yeah,
bones.
the feeling's mutual, dude.
It
In
is too, right?
He turns and leaves.
in the background as this is going on, Dren is just like talking to he's like shouldering people that's next to him. He's like, they just won't shut up. Oh.
Justinian, as the Vesk leaves, goes, "Alrighty then."
Well, that went well, right, guys?
Went perfect.
No, we
That
made him angry enough to tell the truth.
maybe could have gone better, but
No, not really.
No,
'cause
we got a
no
lot
matter
of
really know what
we
we
got
were
all the
expecting out of it.
information we needed out of him.
we didn't want to say this, but don't you have a deal with that bony fella?
Yeah, but he didn't need to know that.
Yeah. Why would we tell him?
No. I did not want you to tell him. I'm just saying. You said you could give their fleet directions. Well, why don't you just point them at that expeditionary fleet?
Guys, I have an idea.
Hold on.
Why don't we call it the bony fella? Right? Do you guys
Yeah.
know where I'm going with this?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
and
yeah.
yes, and get
We
another
point
sweet
him-
jacket.
Oh,
Yes, and also we point him at the other fleet. The
Oh.
All right, we get it.
exponential fleet.
yes. And then yeah, and then we can
We
yeah.
point the bony dude at the existential fleet. We just have
yes,
them
'cause we
wipe
did
out
have
the
to give him order.
exothermal fleet.
Fantastic.
Huh?
We don't know why we're letting you still make decisions. Oh, this feels
Because
That
they're all
is
good
without
ones.
Without a
This
doubt,
might be
the
the first
first
time I've
captain
actually-
I've ever seen.
seen
Yeah.
you in action.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. We are frontlinesmen. We I'm a business guy, dude. Come on.
That's what Larissa's always said, but I assumed that was just bedroom talk.
I am
All right.
literally one of two people here who has not died.
Oi,
Yeah. Yo.
as far as anyone's concerned, you did die.
Yeah, actually you did die, right?
Oh yeah, we
That
gotta
makes
fix that,
me
don't
the
we?
only person who hasn't died.
I mean,
Hero hasn't died.
technically, the robot never lived. Sorry, Android never lived. Sorry, he put it in my head.
Ouch.
Way bad. All right. Okay, so send your boneheaded friend over to the Vescarian fleet. They have their entanglement, and hopefully that solves that problem.
Yeah, and if we're lucky, both problems will solve themselves.
We think that seems sound. Now, we have not been resting on our laurels either. We've been putting some plans together, and I'll let
Excellent.
their constituents kind of go through them. But please pipe up if you think of anything else.
Got it. Now I don't have to be rude to these guys, right?
We would strongly recommend you not.
Thank you.
So, do you think he uses one urinal, or do you think he stands
Both.
between two?
He definitely uses both of them. In
Yeah,
Oh,
fact,
I
it,
wonder
it,
if
it
it's
goes
one
back
in
to
each
the
hand.
is it top and bottom or left and right?
I
Maybe
think
maybe
left
they
and right.
sit.
Captain Sally comes up and she points at Dren, almost definitely top and bottom. And more specifically, I wanted to let you know. I spent some time tinkering with the spirit of Shirket. You know how I disabled the comm relay last time we met? That fated meeting years ago. Well, I put it back on, except I switched the features a bit.
Oh.
I have boosted your ability to scan, so you should be able to get information from their forces as long as you're close to the engagement. Otherwise, I wouldn't put the Spirit of Sheerkat out there. It's too obvious a target.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
It'll be a good coordinating ship. It'll be able to communicate with ships in and out of drift. It'll be able to keep communication up with your mecha and also act as a relay. Also, I've been tinkering with your mechs. I got all those weapons installed, and they should be working
Oh, thank
like
you.
buttes. Some of those are really interesting works.
Oh,
I can
wow.
see most of them were wildly cost prohibitive. I think they were mostly doing it for fun at that point
Yo.
because there is no way those would ever have been cost effective to utilize in actual combat.
Oh, absolutely not.
All right. That's a bit. We'll also have the Ouroboros gang along with our warship, the Water Draco, and our other ships that we brought with the Resistance will be joining the main combat. We're going to be looking to have this. We didn't also tell this to your Vescarium best friend ever. We're going to be actually engaging the Gerson Sphere's forces almost immediately after whatever forces they send to deal with the Vescarium's fleet. Whether that's the back end of that force or just trying to draw more troops away, we'll be doing a show of force with our fleet to try and give you guys a window. We won't be engaging at Absalom Station, but again, you'll be able to keep in live communication if necessary via the Spirit of Sheerkat.
All right.
No. If the Spirit of Sheerkat is such a high priority target for them, why don't we just send the Indecision instead? They'll never know it. They'll never expect it.
Yeah, I actually have no idea what you're talking about. What is this Spirit of Sheerkat?
I'm going
she it rest in peace.
move away now. That was all I wanted to say.
Oh, all right.
Guys,
Well, it's wonderful to see you again.
Next
Yeah.
time we rename our boat, the SS2 Dicks.
Don't like that.
DIK.
Justinian
Yes.
didn't like that?
Yes.
That's a first.
Justinian was very impressed. Dustin less so.
Bren liked it a little bit.
Laris stands up on the table, being a gnome, and says, "All right, we don't have the Vermilion Blur to lead the ground forces, but we will be making an assault." Miller, what's your home planet?
Akaton.
Akaton has been being stripped for resources along with Verces, so we're going to split our forces twofold and invade both planets. This should cause most of their available ground forces to swarm us because we're coming in hot. Again, it's all going to be kind of tight in terms of planning, but we're trying to get their defenses at Absalom Station as thinned out as possible. As to what's in Absalom Station, there can't be much. Most of the station can't support life after the whole pistol incident. So you guys will have as big a window as you'll ever have. Mr. Kind of leans in. I don't know if he's cuffed or not anymore, but he's
He
under
probably likes it.
severe watch.
Probably not. He's probably, slipped them like all the other things.
Now, I know we haven't always been the best of friends.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up. When I was working with Gerson, or for Gerson, I should say, he did have me working on Perfected Foresight, which I know some of you have enjoyed. I also worked on some other things I maybe kept from you guys. You remember that thing you had around your neck for a bit there, Seeker, my friend?
Oh yes, is the tattoo still? I can't remember if it's still there or not.
Actually, it is still there. As you move, oh, it is still there. Nice. I thought you'd gotten rid of that.
No.
Technically, I worked on a similar substance. That was an early prototype, and it didn't really stick.
Looks like
stuff,
it stuck to me. It's still on him.
Oh, it's stuck, but unfortunately, Gerson can't use it. It
Hmm.
doesn't respond to his commands. He did get a hold of some stuff that I was able to convert. So I would say just be wary. Don't get any of that stuff on you. Its effect is I'm not sure. It is a random nature curse, but it would put you potentially under Gerson's power. So just be mindful. Any of the
So
black goopy stuff, don't play with it.
what
So this
about
one's fine.
our friend here? Yeah. What about Seeker?
Oh, I don't know. Whoever controlled the original shit must control that one.
Ah,
Yeah, you'd have to ask Gerson about that. He kept that real close to the chest. He had a real hard on for this thing, but I have no idea what it was. He did not want to let me know more than he had to.
I think I'm going to wear a turtleneck.
I mean, or wear it and see if he can use it, and then he gets distracted. I don't know. But yeah, the stuff that we had in that Inquisitor fella, that was my first test. It worked pretty cool, but we weren't able to use it third party style, which is too bad.
Well, he's the one that got it on me, I think, right? So whoever controlled that guy.
Oh yeah, he was able to control his own powers with the curse. Again, he got more of a dosage than you did, but ostensibly, whoever created the original stuff used to be able to use it to command whole armies. I don't know. It seems like it's pre-Gap stuff or during Gap stuff. I don't know. I'm not really clear. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't care. It was just fun to experiment with.
I hear that.
There were a lot of black rats that were once white. I don't know where they are anymore, but they're probably doing bad stuff. So I'm saying.
That's hilarious.
I thought so too.
I
Also, if
feel
you
like
guys,
that was a racist comment, but I can't prove it.
Oh, that was Nate right there talking with him. But, that wasn't me.
Now I'm not much of a fighter myself, so I think I'll hang out with my pirate friends. Dustinian chimes in. Oh, we're going to combat too. Oh, maybe y'all can drop me off.
You eventually get used
Yeah,
to
yeah,
it.
you can definitely be dropped off. Where is the break?
Ah, scheiße. All
No,
right.
he's just gonna get out again.
Shiza.
Yeah,
Uh,
but
know that's
you won't
what-
have anywhere to go during the fight.
would any of you like perfected foresight?
Yeah,
Maybe made some more in
Oh,
the
yeah.
lab here.
You should make some more of
I
those
am-
checks to see how bad.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some downtime, so if you want to have kicked the habit, you may, but go ahead and give me a roll.
Roll the 2, so
You brawled it again.
I'll say you're pretty addicted at this point. I'm not going to worry about the damage track just yet. But yeah, anyone else want some perfected foresight?
I don't need.
I saw
any
what
of
it did
the
to him.
foresight. But guys, don't make any important decisions without your captain. And then Riley leaves to go to the bathroom.
Oh, well, so wait, am I captain now? Oh,
You're not captain, but
I've got a captain's hat.
Definitely
I-
not.
I
look
can I have
over
it?
I
Can
look
I have
over
it?
at Zero and I go, just keep him out of trouble. I'll be gone for like 3 minutes.
There's a lot of trouble they could do in 3 minutes.
I know.
Patrick, go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Sobernaut leans in.
That guy sucks.
Sobernaut leans in. I've sat in the captain's chair more than any of you.
Oh,
I high five him.
This is true.
Bare ass.
That's why I haven't
High
sat
five
in
him. Right on. Actually, Sabanat, how are your preparations going with your crew? You ready to kick some ass?
You wouldn't know because he's been on our ship.
I've been with you guys. Sobernaut is ready to go.
All right. That's what-
The Sobernaut is ready to
The
go.
Sabanat. King Sabanat?
I guess.
All right.
Do you
Let's,
want me on the Shirket or the Sobernaut?
I want you wherever you feel most comfortable.
If he was wearing an apron, it's now off.
Yeah, but where is that?
I'll let my crew take care of the Sobernaut.
Ah,
still can't believe that your ship goblin's a captain too.
Well, he has a goblin ship. He's a ship goblin with a goblin ship. That makes sense.
So I look at Sovereign and I go, "Who's
Not
your
only-
ship goblin?"
He points back at you.
Sass.
You
Oh.
slime up the ship for me every day. How did you
That's
not know
fair.
that?
It's true. Yeah, I mean, we realized very quickly that your
Um,
slime is an amazing lubricant.
So
He's good too.
as they mentioned that, I
Oh.
pull out from like one of my jacket pockets the little vacuum guy I took from like forever ago and just start throwing it down on the slime.
Like, do you finally bust out the salt?
All right.
So Rye died again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
the
was
best.
It was pretty heroic.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Don't give him that.
He died on the toilet, so
Wait, Pat, are you muted? Are you actually saying
Yeah.
something?
Of course he was. He's still muted.
I said, I'm free. I'm
Oh.
Really?
free.
He's
No, you
really
didn't.
still
I didn't
muted.
hear it.
He needs to fix that.
That's what I meant to say.
All right. Let's see. What else do you guys need to get figured out? I think I'm good to go.
I think I'm good
What
to go,
is
too.
the what is? Oh,
What is
you
our
told us what
actual-
the indecision, not indecision. Yeah, the Infinitum was doing.
The
Sovereign
Infinitum is
ship.
going to be part of their fleet, who is
Okay.
distracting their fleet. Again, there's going to be twofold. There's going to be the fleet that the Veskarium are sending out, which will draw some attention for sure from the Border Space Union. The pirates are expecting it's not enough, so they're sending another fleet that'll either engage that fleet, maybe destroy it outright with a surprise attack, or, depending on the size of that fleet, move to engage a different group, just again to pull forces away. That's all.
Was our group the only one with mechs?
Yes, you
Specifically
guys are
our
the
ship?
only ones. So you guys mentioned being able to take over mechs. The mechs are bio-encoded to their pilots. It took a lot of time to get the fighting mech, the one that Brawl originally piloted, transitioned over to Dren. It took a decent amount of labor to get that coding done, and it wasn't something that is easily repeatable. It can be done with enough time. So if you guys get enough time with a bunch of mechs, you could feasibly convert them. But it isn't as easy as just hopping in. So that's why you guys are the only ones that have a mech, and then
That might have been why it exploded a little bit when I used it.
the Million Blur also has a mech, but that's the only other person in the whole pirate organization that has been able to acquire one.
When we looked at the video of the of what is it, the Vermilion Blur, we wouldn't happen to have seen any of the black rings around his neck or anything like that, would we?
Oh, good point. Not that you were able to notice. If you want to roll perception, you'll have a better idea if your GM's being honest, though.
I wouldn't have been looking for it, so
37.
The only thing that looked different about him was the contusions and the lacerations. Otherwise, there seemed to be nothing wrong with him. Again, you weren't getting like a full video. He was in armor except for the mask that was removed. Yeah.
okay. So, do we all know what we're doing here then?
Kicking
Everybody
ass.
know?
Oi, I'm going to go over this once more for you folks. You are taking the bait. You are going to rush Absalom Station.
Oh, yeah.
You are going to get there however you can. Your mechs, we know they're an important part of our resistance right now, but if we beat Gerlith at his own game, Gerson at his own game, put both his names together. If we beat Garson at his own game, we don't need them anymore, ideally. We know we got the Veskarium to worry about, but as long as their fleet that they're sending to kind of harass is taken care of for the time being, we'll be able to put together a resistance. They won't be able to walk over us. They never have been. No one wants the Veskarium in here. Yeah. They got a great utopian society or whatever, but you ain't never seen any of them bastards smile. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah. We had enough of this on Triaxis. We see how it goes. Trust us. Triaxis is where we got most of our forces from. The ground forces, more to say. So again, their whole plan. Don't worry about it. As long as we can delay their fleet, we're good. Now, more to the point, you folks are to get to Absalom Station fight your way through and get Derlith Gerson. Once you kill him, honestly, we've already taken out his other leadership. The closest person they'd have that we know of would be this idiot over here. He gestures to Mister. Uh, Otherwise, Zolan, he's already an outcast from his people. The fact that he was a part of the triumvirate maybe helped him, but as soon as that's gone, he's back to being an admiral without a port, which he knew, I think, based on your how you explained your conversation with him went.
Hmm.
So it's just up to you to get that kill. That's it. Bring some hazard preparation. I got one other person I wanted to bring in. I got a message they just arrived. Do y'all have a moment?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
We're
see why
here
not.
right now, aren't we?
Nothing to rush you except for death. So
That was a rhetorical question.
Normally with a rhetorical question,
I get
you don't.
it.
Oi,
I don't
come
get
on
it.
in.
Jen, can you explain this to me?
In this meeting room, the door opens to the side, and two Yosoki walk in. One is a smaller, lithe female that you know is Dizzy. Am I right, Dizzy? Yeah,
What?
Izzy.
was it Dizzy?
Oh.
Whatever.
Izzy, no D.
Oh,
Hopefully.
Izzy. My bad. Izzy. The other is a brawny, muscular, wide-chested Yosoki you all lovingly know and have seen naked in statue form as a Brawl.
I
Miller
look at Dren
crosses
immediately and
the
say, "Dude,
table.
it's nice."
Bro,
I
what's
look at
up?
Dren, thank you for your service. It's been nice having you, bro.
Good to see you're not dead, Captain.
I made it.
Bro, it's wonderful to see you again.
Could I draw everyone's attention to the Roll20 screen for just a hot second?
Yeah.
Thank you,
One
Justin.
second. Yeah.
It's even official like.
What?
All right.
I'm kind of concerned.
What am I looking at except for the map?
Yeah. It's a map.
You're looking at Nick's
A
nameplate.
map.
Oh, that's not road. You meant.
Oh,
the
I'm so
stream.
sorry. Not Roll20. Twitch.
Yeah, wrong area.
Quit.
17 screens I have open. I get it wrong every time.
I timed it to
Perfect.
change
I
right
love
before Nick talked as Brawl 2. It was awesome.
You did great.
I know that audio people can't see that, but
Oh, by the way, my name's Nick. I'm also playing Brawl again.
Are you?
Yes.
Now the question is, which one gets the mech?
We was thinking, since this is going to be a climactic battle, we could have the original Pact Breakers. And I figured, Dren, we know you've grown close to these crew members. You can either stay aboard the Spirit of Shirket, or we thought you could run support in the Burning Eclipse. We do need at least a couple of vessels to go alongside with the Spirit of Shirket. Stay in the wings, but jump in, either your crew or you. I didn't know how you wanted to play this.
Well, I don't got too much of a fight against this Derlith guy as much as anybody else here. I figure that this party can go on their own way with their quite stocky friend.
Boy, it'll be a pleasure fighting alongside you. We pirate gangs got to stick together, eh?
That's right.
Just put it out there. Shadow's got it right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm happy I rolled it before that introduction, and not, just as the introduction happened. Or we'll see what happens first roll afterwards. Though.
Folks who can't see chat, which is any of our audio friends, our friend Shadow just wrote. So that's why he rolled a 2 just before Brawl was announced or introduced. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah, perfect. It was perfect timing. I chuckled internally, but kept it in. All right. All right. So we have the final marching orders. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of your mecha. We got 5 of you. We got a couple of dandy pirates over here. I think we can get this show on the road. Do y'all have
Wait.
any final preparations you need to make or final questions?
Yes. Brawl, how many fingers am I holding up?
Yeah, it's 2.
He can see, guys. He has a shot. Did you get LASIK, buddy?
Well,
I mean,
as far as
just
I
throw
know,
me in the
he only
gunner seat.
knows-
We'll see how well I shoot.
As far as we know, he only knows 2s, though. Try it again.
Yeah, I get it.
Canonically doesn't actually tell you what you're holding up, though. Can I get a sense of motive? No, let's move on. All right, we're gonna fast forward a little bit because it's 10 o'clock and we have a half hour left in tonight's episode. You guys travel through the drift. You do coordinate final arrival so that you can kind of leg it in for the final leg of the distance. Have all the fleets coincide. As it turns out, they sent a token force, mostly fleet, to help engage the Vescarium's expeditionary fleet. And then when the pirates jumped in, actually most of their warships joined into the fray. Knowing that the pirates don't have warships of their own, they didn't feel the need to send a lot of their mecha, unfortunately. So when you all arrive at Absalom Station, you are faced with a decent force. Not as many mecha as maybe you expected could be there. They definitely sent some with both of their fleets now engaging the Vescarium as well as the pirates. Also, notably absent was the defense force that they had left as starships. The Eoxian, Zolon Gurgurets, was left in Absalom Station's guard, and when you guys gave the message through your drift communication beacon, you told him with the, I think he gave you like a code or something that sent his ships. His ships have now directly engaged the Vescarium fleet from another vector. The forces of the Border Space Union, you are getting this all reported to in real time, seem to think that Zolon's forces were sent as backup and are working with them to pretty much annihilate the Vescarium's forces. The pirates, the battle is actually really close, neck and neck. There's a lot of ships on both sides, and frankly, the Border Space Unions are better trained and most of the time better equipped. And what you guys are faced with here is a miniature army of mecha. These floating white, I think we said 20-meter tall or something like 50 feet tall mecha float menacingly around Absalom Station, which those on screen can see it's kind of tucked there in the back. There is one wide command ship. It kind of looks like a flying V. It seems to be
Mighty Ducks.
Yes, the Mighty Duck ship. It is the only starship or warship you see. There's a couple other smaller ships, but they mostly scatter as soon as you guys arrive. It is the only warship supporting. I will say that the scopes on the Spirit of Shirket are able to identify some more things about this. The mecha seem to be broken into different squadrons, which have colored stripes on them, so they can be visually told apart. And the way that's represented on the map is they have the dots. Also, there only seems to be 3 command units tucked around that large vessel. And those are the ones that are sporting golden halos. Just a description of the mech. They look humanoid with kind of more rounded shoulders that go up into a rounded head. They have for eyes, I can't see them very well. Hold on, I have another image of them somewhere. Or I can just zoom in a lot, I guess, right?
Yeah, but
their
that doesn't
faceplate features kind of like a line, a black line, as opposed to eyes, which you might see in a more humanoid face. And they do have a BSU scrawled over their kind of face guard. Rye, for the first time ever, is piloting a mech, and it looks very similar to theirs. However, it is a light pink in color. And while you guys were away, the BSU logo or the BSU letters were scratched out poorly, like spray paint, and a blue star was painted on it as a joke. The Blue Star Corporation is where you picked that mecha up from. It was in their storage facility. All right. Do you guys have questions about the organization or layout?
Oh, look at them and their puny weapons. Ah, man.
Yeah,
why the swords? Like, I was just okay punching things.
Oh, it's great to have you back, bro.
It's just like the, what is it, the Doshko?
Yeah, he was. using the
It's there
code
for
code.
intimidation.
Oh. See.
All right.
Also, you could probably punch him at people.
That is, he is actually able to throw them. He only has 7 to throw, but he can throw them. I'm going to let you. Let me walk you quickly through how combat works, and we'll kind of go from that. We're not using Starship combat rules. I don't like them, and I don't want to entertain them right now. Initiative will be rolled with you bastard. I took Patrick's control away from his token, so he immediately started moving the ship token, which I forgot he had control. You'll get that back in a moment, maybe, if you behave. God damn it! I'm sad that worked. All right.
I'm so happy it did.
The Spirit of Sheer Cat should really not be in this combat for the most part. It's your support ship. If it gets destroyed, your B team is destroyed, so keep that in mind.
We didn't bring Frenzies with us, did we? Is he on the ship? Or did we leave him?
That's up to you. Do you want Terry and Ferences, the non-combatants, to be somewhere else?
I thought they were kind of staying on the
I'm so
mothership.
sorry. Let's rewind back 10 seconds. I'm so sorry. We'll be here in a second. I forgot to address Kamira, who is holding a baby.
Yeah.
Totally missed that. My bad.
I was going to say, is that everybody?
Last time you guys spoke with her, she was preggers. I'll say that she didn't have anything to say in the combat meeting. So when you guys are leaving the room to go to your Mecca and the Spirit of Sheer Cat, she kind of runs into you guys with Justinian in tow, and she is holding a baby Lashunta with antennas, like a little sprinkling of brown hair and little chubby Lashunta.
Kind of looks like me.
And
oh, canon now.
She brings them up to you guys, and she says, "It's very nice to see you. It's been some time." She's no longer wearing the safari gear. She's wearing her kind of normal, fancy, high society clothing.
Seeker is staring at her with eyes wide open, not blinking.
Yes, I do remember you, Seeker. Thanks. It's nice to see you again.
Yo.
I win!
Miller, yep, okay.
Yeah, he still does that.
Reich, it's nice to see you.
Good to see you as well.
I would like to introduce you all to my son. I have named him...
Please be named after me. Please be named after me.
Patrick, I thought you decidedly didn't want this baby to be Rach's.
It's not.
I thought his name was Patrick for a split second.
Patrick. Oh, wouldn't that be great? No, I've decided to name him after his father. I would like you to meet.
Don't be named after me.
I would like you to meet Justinian Stoyer.
Ew.
I knew it.
That was in character.
Told
Just
you
yeah.
guys.
I'm glad my stand-in, got some love there.
Alden, even when he was present, wasn't much of a husband. He split his duties between magistrating and whatever he did in the basement. And
Weird occultist shit. Actually.
We know what's going on. Am I
What
right?
did we ever do with that book?
Spaced it by accident.
Yep.
I don't think it was an accident.
No, it was
Somebody
mostly an
wanted
accident.
space.
Justinian has been a faithful served friend these many years, and now he is the father of my child. Justinian, pale and looking gaunt and unhealthy as normal, gives you a reserve.
That is not the opposite of Justin.
Yeah, right?
It's
No, he's a
Justin.
one. He's a one for one. Sickly smile and nods at you all. You can't tell if it's pride or gas that crosses his face.
Oh, well, hey man, I'm proud of you. You were able to get it done, and good on you, man.
Thanks. I still think a lot of you are trash. I just want to put that on.
Feeling is mutual, buddy. Hey, at least I like you better than that vest we just kicked off our ship. Am I right, guys?
I
Yeah,
was
you
just
got
thinking
that
I
right.
liked the vest better too. So, all right,
Oh.
fine. Kamira says, "Play nice, boys." I just wanted to put out an offer for my friends. I did, for the record, all of the Lashuntan army is participating. We are
Oh,
going to
hell
have
yeah.
a much bigger force than I think anyone realizes. This will be the fight. Gurlith, damn it, did it again. Gerson. Justin, good luck editing this episode.
That's like 4 times this
It is
episode.
now. Well, now that I've said it, it's in my head. Gerson has decided to bring up all his forces. I think we should throw ours at the wall and see what sticks. For
All
you,
right.
my friends, I wanted to offer to take any of your crew that weren't willing to participate in the combat, whether it is your nasty little naked goblin or
Oh no,
the
he wants to be part of this.
children you are now traveling with.
Oh yeah, we got
What?
children on board, don't we? Oh.
Well, the
It's Rye's son,
children
really.
have been
They
staying
are
on the
not
mothership.
ours.
Well, they're Rye's.
They are not.
They're,
mine.
oh.
Yeah. Where
Oops.
did you guys actually?
Parentheses points up. I'm pretty sure I'm Rise, actually.
Where do you guys even find kids, by the way? I mean, I'm pretty sure Seeker shouldn't be let anywhere near kids.
I'm great with kids. Kids love me.
Seeker's great. He does great baths.
No, Art. I mean,
Sorry,
I
Art. That's
teach
what,
him how
that's
to
what he
do
calls
art
it.
and
While
stuff.
you're in the bath?
Well,
No,
I
what?
rest my case.
These
Anyways,
are jokes
yes,
we should not be making.
please come here. Take the children. Take them.
I'm
Take them as
I'm
far away
for
from
the
here as
kids
possible.
not going into the combat.
she ushers Ferences and Terry, who's not a kid. Well, he's young. He's teen aged, and she ushers them with them. We will be heading back to Castrovel now. We have
Is Brawl's sister joining them, or is Brawl's sister fighting?
Izzy. I suppose that's up to you. Does Brawl need you to support any of his materials?
Of course.
Okay, no, Izzy can come with me as well. I actually could use a little bit of help. I'm still not technically well loved with the current leadership of Castrovel, but like I said, the Navy, real big fans. They were friends of my husband. You
Don't,
had a
Chris.
question, Miller?
Nope.
He has a comment about Steven, don't you?
We're going to head back and get my rightful home back. So, Izzy, I could definitely use your help. All right. I just wanted to wish you all good luck and very well.
We're all counting on you.
Say bye-bye, Justinian. Say bye-bye,
Justinian.
Justinian.
Bye-bye, Justinian. It was
And
wonderful
bye,
to
and
see
bye,
you again.
Justinian.
If I don't make it back, make sure that they make songs about me back on Castrovel.
Oh, already working on it. I let Justinian handle the lyrics.
Can I? I can make a song for you right now, Rye. I can make you a song.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll work on it on the way. Yeah.
It
Okay,
honestly
you can
doesn't
blast it
seem
in your
like
in your
much
mech. It'll
has
be great.
really changed here.
All right, Chris, on your list, did I miss anyone?
No.
Thank you. Sorry. All
I
right.
double checked it.
Flip forward back. We're now in front of this array of mecha. And I'm just going to have you guys roll initiative while I explain how combat works. Your movement speed in these mecha is half of your full movement
I go first.
on feet, on
Of
ground.
course you do, bud.
The combat works. You all have been equipped now with weapons that have a range that I have told you. Range 0 is on the same hex, and that's melee space. That's really
Melee.
bad if a mecha gets in melee range of a
Melee.
starship. Melee.
Melee.
Sorry, shut up. With my
Style.
my trigger pedal finger, I don't give a shit.
Pedal.
You're so if it gets into melee range of your ship, that's really bad. They're able to land on it and basically get free hits on it, which is not great. Also, good way for you to take out the other ship. If that's what you're planning on.
I would like to announce that I'm making my first roll as Brawl.
Better fucking be a two.
It was an 11, not a 2.
Not
Wow.
a two.
Well, 1 and 1 is 2.
It's true.
Oh, an unnatural 2, the worst
All right.
kind.
Fine. All right. So you guys have ranged. Most of you have range 1 weapons, which is 1 hex away. I believe the only one with bigger than range 1 is 0, who has range 4.
Oh, good for him.
What about my grenade things?
Your grenade thing is range 1. However, you're also able to lay them as mines, so you do not have to shoot them at someone, or I guess like lay down to target, and they will heat seek any enemy mecha that aren't tagged as friendly in your HUD when they approach them. So you're able to create a minefield. Also, they will travel at the rate of 1 hex per round if you set them to motion. Basically, you've got free form remote detonating bombs.
Do I have a limit on these, or
No, for the time being, no.
do you got 1,000,000 tokens for me to drop down?
Oh, I had not considered that.
You can just draw on it with a map.
That's true.
Yeah, you can draw and then move the drawings. Actually, they're selectable icons.
Okay.
Thank you.
That is correct.
You all have some special abilities that we can just talk about, or we'll showcase in combat. And in terms of how the enemy works,
I guess you can do
they're
that.
all uniform because it was cheaper to make them that way. They have range 1 weapons. They have range 0 weapons, and they also have. I guess that's it. Oh, they're minions taken from 4E, which means they're 1 hit, 1 kill. You guys all have shielding, so you have 1 hit for free. Then it's 1 hit per random limb, which again
Does the 1 extra hit point regenerate?
For you it does. For everyone else, it does not. You have a special kind of oh, you bastards. They're already drawing on it. You have a.
I'm actually not being a dick. I'm just trying to see if I had the ability to copy paste icons. Actually, not being a dick for once.
No.
Yet to be seen.
All right. So you guys all rolled initiatives. I'm going to roll a red die for my red guys.
I did not roll it.
A blue guy for my blue guys.
26.
I have a green, and I don't have an orange, so I'll use pink.
Look at this guy. It doesn't even have an orange die. Wow.
All right.
I don't.
Wow.
Okay. I have
Amateur
my
hours over here.
order here. And for initiative, who has the highest initiative and what is it?
I don't.
35.
Okay, so 0's going first. Who's next for you guys?
Seeker with 26, I think.
The 27. I 25 actually.
25 is
Well,
enough.
Yep.
Who's next?
I have a 15.
What was Brawl's?
13.
11. Oh,
All right, so it'd be Rye.
Oh,
Wait,
sorry,
what's Rye's
14.
number?
14
15.
total. for
so
me.
Rye's not next. Next up will be that group.
Well, how would I?
Then
know
my
that?
next highest is.
Also, there are 3 members of your group who are not colored.
I am aware.
Okay.
You said those were commanding units.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I missed that. I'm sorry.
12. Who got higher than 12? Rye, did you get higher than 12?
I got 15.
I got a
Rye.
14.
And then it is.
You even said the number out loud.
Miller. And
I got a
then-
9.
Oh, sorry. It was the other. It was the
I
other.
didn't roll that low.
You guys look the same. And then it is this group.
As we're flying into this battle, Seeker is broadcasting
Miller.
over friendly and foe alike if they are in range
Open
to hear it.
channels. More commonly known as open channels.
Yeah, open channels. It's just blasting the theme song he just made for Rye. It's just like,
Yeah.
his name's Rye. He's the best. He's
I'm
gonna
mute.
throw a nade at your chest. His
I
name's
hear none of
Rye.
this.
All right.
Oh, did you just make that up, Seeker? That's pretty good.
Hell yeah. Well, Biggles the Chowder actually helped me with it a little bit.
Well,
Oh, sorry.
Biggles is
So-
still
Hey.
alive? Wow.
Oh yeah, Biggles.
Biggles
still
the
around.
chowder.
How about
Oh,
Biggles?
bro, you missed a lot. Don't worry about it. I bet. You know what? I think if you go on SpewTube, you can probably see.
Nope. Nope. Don't like that.
You could probably go catch up.
personalities.
There's about like maybe 2 seasons worth of
Seeker,
stuff we've
you
done.
uploaded that to SpewTube?
15 personalities, and all of them are insufferable.
All right, and I'm gonna have the sheer cat go last.
Okay.
I'll be commanding the spirit of sheer cat because I control all the NPCs. If I need roles, I will ask you for them. I'll ask the players for them. Do you guys need anything before we get into this?
Let's do it.
Is movement and attack going to be determined like space combat? Just
Nope.
everything else?
Nope.
Alright.
It's just literally going to be normal combat. I am done dealing with space combat.
Good.
I
And you
am
said movement is half our speed, correct?
half your normal land speed.
Okay.
All right.
And for you would ask me a question about AC. I'm comfortable using your ACs. I know that's not extremely sensible based on your units, but they'll basically, they'll have outfitted them to your preferences, is what I'm going to call that.
Cool.
And that's how we're going to roll with that. And I actually have I have something for me as well for a stat base to follow, so I don't have to pick on you guys. Cool. All right.
So
Zero.
are we treating these as like 5-foot increments?
Yeah, they're not.
They're not, but you knew what I meant.
You're using them as 5, and you can move half your normal land speed.
All right. So I can move the equivalent of 40. So
40.
is that 8?
So 8 spots, yes.
Which is fucking ridiculous. It is you first. And over open channels, you hear Gerson's voice, and he just says, "You had more than I expected on your side."
I turn up my music.
But all I wanted to say was, welcome to Absalom Station.
That's right.
Your
He's the
final
best.
resting place. He's yelling to try and beat over it. Your final resting place. You guys are petty.
When have we not been?
Right.
All right. So you rush forward is basically what you're going for.
Yep. I was gonna take. Basically, I'm probably not gonna move too much further than this throughout the whole battle, anyways. But
That's fine. All right. Next up, Seeker.
All right, I'm just moving 3 forward. Wait. Can I hit anything from where we are with magic missile just right off the bat? Because it has 100-foot range.
I
What's
mean,
the
you're-
range on this?
Oh, I guess
I
it's
would assume
amplified
you'd
to
half
mech.
it.
So we will half it. So it's 50 foot. So it sounds like 10 hexes. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll say your magic missile.
Okay, so I gotta get closer.
You
I'm
know
just
what?
moving forward.
So the
twice.
vastness of space is going to make that challenging, and I don't want you to make Zero's whole equipment useless. Your magic has up to range 3. How's
Okay.
that?
All right.
Again, space. I know I've basically thrown out the rules for space combat, but one
Yep.
thing I did like is that these hexes aren't a measure of distance.
Right.
Mhm.
They are a visual representation of location, and that is all because, again, a Star Destroyer, which is a giant ship from Star Wars, takes up the same amount of hexes as a TIE Fighter, the smallest ship in Star Wars, at least the movies. Cloud cars. Fuck it. Eat my ass. All right, Seeker. So what do you
Hey, family friendly.
Yeah.
Families can eat ass if they want to.
In that
okay?
case, I am going to move double, just forward a bit.
Yeah, so your garishly colored mech just puts all thrusters backwards and flies through the void of space, bringing us to.
If somebody moves in range, can I say I prepared an attack since I didn't take a second action?
I'll allow it. Kind of at the same time. 1, 2, 3. You see all of the blue striped mecha.
Missed one.
Sorry.
You missed one.
No, you're right. That one will actually stay behind. A cadre of, thank you, Christopher, you're correct. A cadre of blue striped mecha rush forward to kind of join the fray. And Rise, upside down pink mech. Rye, are you going to be an adult if I give you control?
No.
Adultish.
He's just gonna start drawing things.
I have done it anyways. It is your turn.
All right. I will start to follow in line behind these guys.
Just a reminder, you are able to take a shot with your missile, your mine thrower now, and that mine would be in play.
Okay, yeah, I'll pop one off.
So move 3 spaces.
Me 3 spaces. Boop,
Yes, you 3
boop,
spaces.
boop.
Okay, and then pop one off in any direction. Any of the hexes next to you, you can put the thing in.
Boop. Why is that? Oh, because it's a drawing. It's not snapped to grid. Of
Yeah.
course.
And also, just for we're gonna re-angle that so that star is pointing in the direction it's you fucking bastard. The star is pointing in the direction it's going. Okay. All right.
It's got 5 points.
It's got a big point, and frankly, this doesn't have 5 points. This is some half-ass star I'm looking at.
A pentagram with my mouse.
You basically just you fly up, you kind of stop short, and you whoop, and this little mine going launch out. It's going really fast. It's just respective of everything else. It looks like it's going slow, and that brings us to Brawl.
I go. Well, it's like this ooze stuff in here.
Don't worry about it. It's good lubricant.
Sure, I'd take your word for it.
Yeah, it works really good.
It did help me get in the suit, so.
Like I said.
All right, because you have the Doman Kashu G Gundam bodysuit. Gross.
You hear over the communicator.
Isn't it a new suit each time?
What?
In G Gundam, isn't it a new suit each time?
Yeah, like the thing comes over you and you get wrapped up in the form-fitting kind of goop. Yeah,
so it's still goop.
It is still goop, yeah.
I'm just taking like glitter, glitter dust. It's there for like ever.
Oh, that was me. Sorry.
Did you move 3 spaces or 6?
I moved 3.
You can do a double move if you so choose.
Oh, okay. And I guess I only moved. No, I moved 3. Okay. I have moved 6.
All right, now that's just you flying through. You got thrusters on full as previously stated. After Brawl, another cadre of now green striped mecha on the opposing side make their approach. I don't know why it doesn't snap them to the grid, but that's fine, and we'll just do that.
I like how they let back up a little bit.
Since ours snapped, are they a different type?
Well, no, it's when I it must go by the square
Yeah.
that's around them, not the actual shape of the tokens. It's fine. Now notice they're not flying in as fast as you are. They are taking measured space or measured paces. After them is Miller. You're up.
Done.
Bam, Miller flies into the fray, and next up we have let's see, these guys go a little bit differently. The orange stripe mechs begin their advance.
Was the other 2 green ones supposed to go up with the others?
No, they're staying to protect the ship. And yeah, the snapped. After the orange mecha is actually the red. It's me too. Oh, Christ. Oh, you mean these 2? Yeah, these 2 were. My bad. I didn't see them. I still didn't see them. All right, and then the red mecha go next, and they're gonna do the same exact thing as the orange guys on the other side. So it's gonna be the Spirit of Shirket after. So give me 1 second. I guess I have to do all the things. I guess I shouldn't have stacked them.
I think we're gonna lose this battle because this is Dustin using his X-wing expertise against us.
I mean, it's not to your benefit, but now
How
that
are
we've
we determining our AC?
you're using your normal AC.
Okay.
I guess these did it a little differently. Do I like their shape better? I like their shape a lot better.
Same thing with ranged attack and melee attack and all that junk.
How does that make any sense? That's in line. I've done something. Yeah, basically everything is just going to be the same. Your health is different, and that's really kind of the trick. All right, I think that's what I have. Sure, that looks like a mirror, right? Close enough.
No.
What have I done? Is everything 1 up? Is that what I did wrong? I think that's it.
Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun to
nailed it. I'll be honest, in X-Wing, I don't
mirrored,
fly
but-
formation. All right, yeah, thanks for playing my Spartan X. Now, the Spirit of Shirket is going to do a scan of the enemy forces. Specifically, you're going to hear Justin Stevathan come in over the comm. All right, I'm going to do a quick scan. It looks like they're holding back and protecting that ship with some units. Give me a second. Hey, Seeker.
Yes?
Could you give me an engineering check? I think that's what the role is for.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Computers, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it computers when you're doing your tech?
Oh, yes. Yep.
Okay, give me a
So
computer's.
computers a 24. So let me roll it. Well, it's a plus 24.
Hey, Dustin, don't worry
31.
about the extra shapes I'm drawing. I'm just prepping them.
I appreciate it.
Did
Sorry,
you
what
a
was the total?
thong? I see it. 31.
31. All right. Hey, I'm getting something weird. It seems like the ship and the 3 suits hanging out in the back are the only one dead ahead of us that actually have any life forms in them.
Oh.
The what?
So they're all drones.
I mean, I only did a focus scan. I'll do more.
Or they could be.
Is there any way to shut them
Epoxian.
down?
I sincerely doubt that their combat suits would be so open, but it's definitely worth getting a shot. You just have to get close to them. Tell you what. What do you want me to scan next? Maybe we can get some more information that way.
Ooh. Let's try scan. So what haven't you scanned?
All right now we've scanned, and it was just a quick scan. Was the mothership they've got back there and the suits around it.
Okay. Try scanning the suits themselves.
Okay, all right, yeah, I'll do that next, and that'll be in the next 6 seconds of combat.
If we can guys, if we can find a way to control these ships instead of destroying them all, hey, we've got ourselves an army of suits, don't we?
We should still try to destroy some of them.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
Until
that's
we figure it out.
I
Let's
mean,
just err on the side of
yeah.
caution.
What if we?
But I really want to control them.
And then they fall in on us, overwhelming us with numbers.
Well, I mean, if they're anywhere near me, I'm taking pot shots at any and all of them.
Oh yeah, but
I'm going down swinging.
You know, if we can get control of some of them, I would love to put some organic part. I mean, I would. It would just be fun to control them, wouldn't it?
Nate, stop it. Give us back Seegan. Stop it.
That took me a second. Thank you, Chris. I had no idea.
Wait. Nate?
Don't worry about it. Move past it. We're past it. Also, guys, it's 2 minutes to 10:30. I think we should probably call it for tonight.
Okay, all right. So as the mecha are rushing in for this climactic final battle, we'll come to a close. I guess final words from you guys. Anything you guys want to say as you're about to initiate the biggest combat you guys have been in yet?
Yeah, Dren.
Miller is inside of his mech, flipping every switch. All right, we're getting all these guns online here. We're going all out. Let's go.
All right. Yeah. Okay. We'll go.
Just praying to what was the guy's name? Abaddon.
Yeah, you were Abadar.
Abaddon, not so much.
Abaddon, very much not so much. All right. So you're quietly praying. Brawl, what are you doing?
He's probably like. He's like shadow boxing in his like. Yeah.
All right.
Like a rock'em sock'em robot.
Tinker's
Pretty much.
blasting that theme song. Right, he's the captain, yeah.
And Zero, I guess you get to close us out here.
Zero is simply just that's number 1, that's number 2. Just this is the order you're going to die. Or well, get blown up. You're not actually living, as we just heard.
Well,
he's still the serial killer.
They haven't scanned the suits that are on the wings, so potentially they're not drones. But
So
also,
basically, the 3 command units probably aren't.
Well, no, the 3 command units have people in them. That was confirmed. All right. I'm going to let that be it. For next week, well, I guess question, Starfinder folks, since you're all in quarantine, do you want to just try and
quarantine?
Oh, well, whatever. I guess you
The
are.
answer is yes. I am willing to play next week too.
Is everyone willing to play next week so we can bang out Starfinder?
I volunteer myself as tribute.
It's Patrick that I'm looking at.
Could be.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, next week, we're going to come back at you with Starfinder. We are going to muscle through this until the end. For the record, folks,
Especially me.
I'm expecting no more than 3 to 4 episodes at this point. So we are coming to a close. Like I said, I have that giveaway, which I will have more information on next Tuesday. And for my players, next Tuesday, I want to open with you guys describing your mecha when it's their turn to move. Feel free to
Right.
go through your own bells and whistles. I did give you all, except for Patrick, a Gundam reference if you needed it. And just feel free to. I wanted this to be good for the audio folks and for the visual folks as we start rushing into battle, basically.
Oh yeah.
And then I guess that's it. If anyone else, viewers, listeners, etc., want to talk about things, make sure you hit us up on Twitter at NSTPcast or on Discord, bit.ly/neverdiscord. And until next week, I just want you all to remember, stay healthy, and remember, never split the party.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dren
Dren.
Yeah, Dren.
Yeah, what a piece of shit that guy.
All right.
and Patrick.
Uh,